Cannot believe there's just 2 more days left in the year. Oh my God, I did it again, in the month. There's 2 more days left in July, okay? Oh my Lord. Special night where we recount what went wrong. Yeah, losing in the quarterfinals, as it says there, was not the way we wanted it to happen, but alas, it did happen. And that's just how the cookie crumbles. I don't know why it's showing last year's playoffs, but it looks a lot better than the screen. Okay. The game just wanted to rub it in. The Hollywood Herbasaur was the champion, or were the champions of the league. I did want to see what they... Oh, it's showing last year's. Man, this game. Come on. Come on. Patch your stuff. Can I not look at our stuff now? Yeah, it's interesting how it's done that. Darren, the reason why tonight we're only going to do the off season is because what I'll have to do is I'll have to go in after the season starts and the game repopulates free agents. And what I'll do is I'll see which free agents have went to other teams, and I'll plug a lot of people into those teams. I randomly roll a die, and that's the player you get. But sometimes I have to put people in the free agents. So that's why we can't start season 3 yet. It's because I'll have to sit down and work with it and find out the best way to put viewers in. So, because I don't like to start the season without everybody knowing where they're at. Oh, I just got done having an amazing dinner. Had some salmon, baked it in the oven, and then had some baked beans with it, which sounds weird, but it tasted amazing. A good combination. So, gotta move my notes and stuff around on this online document. Because I just don't know what's gonna happen. Nothing. The biggest thing that I'm worried about is that there's the bug in the system again. It's really freaking me out that it's showing last year's stuff. Yeah, that's just so weird that it's doing that. I don't know. That means I can't look at our stats from this year. I'm glad I took screenshots of everything. Yeah, so I did take screenshots of everything so that I have it. So I was kind of worried that something like that may happen because I think I did that on my other season as well. Yeah, if you go back, it says lost to the quarterfinals, so it's kept everything going. It remembers it. But it's just showing season 1 stuff for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that. I'll probably clip this and send it to them because it's really weird that it's doing that. I'm kind of worried that will cause there to be an issue with players leaving again, and that's why we'll have to figure out a way to do it a different way. Because on average, you have 4 to 5 players that want to leave. So we've already got 1 player that is in fact leaving. So that is 1 person who will be leaving on their own will. Oh, I'm trying to keep up. I've got like all these like Excel sheets open so I can keep up with it, so I know who I need to move and stuff like that. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll click on off season. We'll see what happens, because I'm really worried about if it doesn't work. I don't know what we're gonna do. Well, like I said, we'll have to get rid of people on their own. They won't want more money for another team. They may be stuck in free agency, but who knows? All right, so here we go. Let's see if it actually did anything. Iceman Thrustmaster retires at age 40. Jax Often retires at age 40 or 37. Chuck Philwith retires. Perd Lovelorn retires at age 31. Julian Kirby retires at 32. Chimo Gaspar retires at 29. Klaus DeGamey, 35. Alicia Woodrow, no! Sanchez Silvio. Burt Berger, age 30, age 33. Oh man. Not Alicia Woodrow, she's Super Mega Baseball 2 Bay. Israel O'Connor, 35. Juan Rojas, 35. Beefcake McStevens, age 31. Kyrie Halfbutter, no, not Halfbutter, he was on the Monarchs. So I'm thinking that none of our guys wanted to leave because it's got to be an error. Yeah, that's kind of making me mad.
I feel the need for speed.
Yankee Gal, thank you so much for the subs. It pisses. I should have hit start off season the other night. I don't know why it does this. What's your solution, Seven? Yeah, I know. It makes me mad, Grimmeth, and it's a bug in the game, and I thought we may see that when we went in there. Well, say your solution. We got to hear it just so we can decide what we're gonna do. You know, that actually, I thought about that earlier today, because nothing would really change. We already know that we won season 1. Season 2 was won by Hollywood. I mean, it really doesn't track the players' records from one season to the next, does it? It's not really, Grimmeth. Now, I'm wondering, the thing I have to check is people that I've added. Yeah, we'll check. Real King is on the Berserkers. So let me check the Berserkers. I want to see what it does roster-wise. No, I don't want to change them. Okay, so Real King's still on there. War game. Okay, so that was one of the team, the first teams. I added people though to like say the Whiskers. So yeah, Artura Esh isn't on there. And Mario Feminacci. So it doesn't update. So we would lose. Yeah, the biggest test would here is if we go to Jefferson City, is Pyro on this team? And the answer is no. Steven Magpie is. No, she is. Now I'm really confused. Okay, wait, let me go to my records here. Let me see who the last person was. To put a player in. Yeah, Pyro is on the bench. I didn't even, maybe I missed the other person on the other side. Okay. Individual. Okay, we'll look for Colonist. Colonist was the last person that I let in the league last season. Colonist is on the Bowman. Yeah, he's not in the bullpen. Real King, we copied the league, but it only copies what it originally was. So some of the players that I added toward the end of the league, between season 1 and 2, are not on here for some reason. Yeah, Arachnid hit the nail on the head. Yeah, Denoy's on there. But he was in... When did I add him, though? All right, so the last 3 people were Fibonacci. He was on the Whiskers. We just checked him. So him and Arthura are not there. Colonist is not there. I'm just working backwards to see how far back. Because here's the thing, if we lose 4 people, I'm gonna do this because it's not a big deal. I can go back and add them to the teams. Or I'll tag them to who they were. Real King, I'm looking at a different sheet. Okay? So, yeah, I was looking at my season 2. So, technically, I could throw all these people on. Okay, let me go look at the last person on the first sheet then. No, 7. Now, 7, you may have your other look, your previous look. All right, so let's check this out. Okay, so Murrow. Well, Murrow was the very last person on this last. We put Murrow on the Spinners. Well, we could simulate through a season, Zenas, and then people would maybe leave. And at least if it doesn't work, then we see that it doesn't work and we know that it's just a broken thing. But I've seen other people do custom leagues and it's worked. All right, so I just spinners. They're over here. So let's see if Doc Murrow is on this team. He was a starting pitcher, so the answer is no. All right, so Juan Ramada was the next one before him. Hey Mike, we're finding out an issue with the game that we ran into 2 seasons in a row. It's kind of broke the players leaving and such. When I saved the game right after the championship and we left, Mike, and then when I load it back up, it shows the stuff from the first season. So when I go to off season, none of my players leave. None of them. They're all just set there. So we did have that last major patch when we were in the playoffs in season 1, and that happened, and we thought, well, maybe it was a fluke. But now we're kind of seeing that it's really a game-breaking issue. So we're debating copying the league and simulating through the first season to get like, because the main team is still the same. So yeah, there's no way, Real King, that it would be that way 2 seasons in a row. That's just a preposterous idea. All right, so Juan Ramada was the next person. He is supposedly on. I mean, I've got to go in and add new players anyway, so it's not a big deal. So people can, and there'll be more free agents if we simulate too, so we'll see what happens. All right, so Ramada is supposedly on the cruisers. So I've just got to trace it back this far to see how far back that it goes. The Young Straight's still on the team. Mozabite's on there. Johnny Balls is not on there either. So both Johnny Balls and Ron Ramada didn't get on. So yeah, whatever happened before. Well, Lethal, we're still going to have the same issues. Nobody's ever going to retire. Nobody's ever going to leave. It's not, and we'll find out real quick if it does. I just, for my own sense, I'm marking these players here so I know who is not part of the thing. So all I've got to do is click back through here. Okay, we marked Johnny Balls. Makatayuki. All right, Makatayuki was on the Monarchy. So we just got to go. I mean, it's taken a matter of minutes. We didn't have anything else to do tonight, so. Not like we're playing any playoff games. There's Makatayuki. Okay, so. Is that where it stops? I wish Makatayuki was here so we knew when, So on my old form, Makatayuki was 46 of 50. Actually, 47. So Makatayuki, okay, let's go one back from him then, just Signal Rights. Signal Rights is on the spinners. So let's go back to the spinners and just double check on him. And if he's there, then we've already found the line and we know where the cut mark is. Yep, there he is. Okay, so and we saw Stardor on the on Jefferson City. So I think, yeah, that's the definitive. Yeah, so we found the line, and I can put this in my notes here. So I've got 6 asterisks. So I've got to go back and add 6 players plus who else signs up for season 3. So it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to do this from here. I'll try to put them back on the same teams, but I know that okay. Yeah, I mean, but there wasn't that many customizations, and people will just have to tell me, and I'll do that on the fly this time. Yes, Crit, you should have your unibrow back. I'm sure it looks amazing. Let's just double check on that, because I love some unibrow goodness. Oh yeah, look at that. Gotta love that unibrow. Get that zoom in there. All right. Okay. So everything is set up. Yeah, I'll go back in there and everybody just have to message me on Discord and let me know. Again, if you want to sign up for season 3, now's the perfect time to do it. So we can see what's going to happen. But I think Seven and I had this discussion before. I really do think that it was an issue with the big patch that changed a lot of stuff happened right in the middle of the playoffs, and I think it corrupted the save file. But we'll find out right here. Surely they've not coded a custom league to where your players stay on the team. That kind of takes out the custom franchise. So I love like the team money they all have. Oh, the Hampton Hares had 23 million. Okay. Their dogs had 47. No wonder they could have went out and paid all that. The Barbados Bards only have 200,000. They are actually in a worse shape of us in player development. Well, I guess here's a time we could decide if we want to change anything. Hold on. Chill, controller. What are you doing? We did 48 games, right? 9 innings. I think... Yeah, we'll do all the games. You cannot. It goes from 8 to 16. Unfortunately. So I like the 8 because it's the 3 division winners, and then it's the other ones. All right, so. Yeah, it's unfortunate because it would be neat if you could do like 2 wildcard teams and then there's a bye in the playoff, but you know, whatever. All right, so we'll pick the Drakes, 48 games, 9 innings. Everything looks right? Yeah, I don't even think they emulate the Major League Baseball ones. So. That's what we're doing right now, Reaver. So let's just make sure everything looks the same. Actually, I know what I can do really quick too. Is I don't know. I don't remember what players. I was gonna say I could have went to the other teams and just put like SR for signal rights, or just change that player's name and then went back and done them. Just to see if they go anywhere. I could still do that, but like I said, I don't remember who I put them on, which players. So We still got the baller. Okay, yeah, we got the. I don't know if it'll save any of this. But I don't think it does. All right. So let's see how we need to do this. I guess we'll simulate to the halfway point just to see what happens. Half of 48 is 24. I think I could do it super fast too. I think it lets me skip through everything and it's just like blah! Skip all, blah! There we go. Oh, we're 12 and 11. Cancun and Nottingham leading the division. The Drakes 12 and 11. That just shows you all how amazing. Actually, that's. No, we weren't that bad at that point. Barbados number 1. Hiroshima, Fremont. Arachnid, thank you so much. Hypes in the chat.
Here we go, boys.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the support. Yeah, let's see how Chara's 0-2. Aw, aw, aw. Let's see if anything like amazing has happened. I saw something Mad Martin. Mad Martin has got a little overconfident. Okay, 76 to 74. Pete's muscles seem to be getting bigger at a suspicious rate. Pete wants those home runs. Pete has got a little overconfident. That makes sense. Sir Studs watched dodgeball, +2 fielding. Rise of Paper's muscles seem to be getting. Oh my God, +10 power. Stacy Seven's shoulder hurts. You know what? I'm just going to screenshot that, and that is going to go in the Discord Hall of Fame because that is just something that just always happens. Let's see. There's some other people changing places on teams, but it doesn't look like any of the players that was on here originally. Stacy Seven's got new contacts. 72 to 79 contact. Oh my God. Look, my celebrity date is a lot cheaper than Lethal's was. Mad Martin, overconfident drop again. Z got +1. Now that the players are doing a little bit better, or a little bit worse, maybe they will want to leave. Sir Studs feels stiffer than usual, -1 fielding. Okay, all right. I don't think we can afford any player development at this point. Yeah. Lethal has higher standards. Yeah, well, okay. Let's take a look at our lineup on the Tints and Tints. Interesting. Let's see here. 2 home runs for Stacy Sevens, 3 for Lethal, 13 RBIs and 12 respectively. Mother Love only 2 for 8, so a crit 2 for 8. Good job, you two, not showing up in simulation. SKS 2 home runs but 15 RBIs somehow. So they're getting on base, I guess. And I'm just knocking them in. Murrow, it was just, yeah, anybody created just wouldn't go anywhere. So you were on, I think, yeah, I've got you marked because you signed up right before this last season. So what I'm doing is we're simulating through season 1. We're going to see what happens to this team, and then I'm going to plug people in. We actually have strikeouts. I know, it's weird. Shaman is 2-1, Pete 2-3, J2 2-2, Chara 0-2, Cayman only 4 saves halfway through the season. Reaver batting a 304. Seven's career year, batting 434. Good Lord. Well, the rest of you could agree that I actually do pretty good with you all then. It's just 7 that I sabotage. It makes sense. See, I did good. All right, let's go back to the schedule. We'll go down to about game 30, 40 something, 42. Hey, they moved up. 23 and 18, they're tied for the lead. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, the Dirt Dogs living up to that season 1 hype there. So the only like really surprising things is Savannah and Louisville over there. Louisville is having a career year, but everything else looks the same. I'm pretty sure that Windsor was in the playoffs. New York was in the playoffs that first year. We were in the playoffs, and then I think the wild card team though, the wild card team was Windsor, I believe, but I don't remember. Oh, Pete's up to 6-3 all of a sudden. Sir Studs is the notable player. What in the world has happened? Okay, Dirt Dogs look like they made a move. Louisville Cyclones made a move. Brian Holland, Mindy Marshwater. I gotta keep out if any of the creative people here. Mother Love watched Dodgeball, picked up a fielding. Okay. Mad Martin's hand started sweating, +7 junk. Well, that first season, you didn't do anything really toward the end of the year, Sir Studs, but I mean, being like a notable player, that's pretty awesome. Let's see, Shark Whitehead. What a name. Look at that hair. Ben Kringer. Boozers doing something, trying to make the playoffs. Yeah, but we're not to that point yet. Reaver Axis watched Dodgeball, got a fielding. Kratia Zero just can't see the ball like they used to. -4 contact. Sir Stud's got new contacts. +4 contact. Maybe that's the change. Hey, that was game 31. It makes sense. Z plus fielding. SKS Plays hasn't been eating as much protein. I lost 3 power. I think that did happen the first season. Computer just doing some random shuffling here. Crit shed a few pounds after a bout of food poisoning. Murky Nubs Weebles. Rory Crowds. Captain Peace tossed a piece of garbage into the bin on the first try, +3 accuracy. Archer Wong. What a name. Kyra to Orange. Offended the Darlington Dirt Dogs. They got rid of her? What? She was like the spearhead that ruined our entire world. Well, if any of you all leave, I might have to go after Kyra to Orange just out of pure spite. I could do gravy gulp shakes. We'll have to check the training. We might be able to afford. I think we did 1 or 2 last year just in case. Or maybe we just sign all of that. Justice Hood gets signed onto the Darlington Dirt Dogs. So it looks like, I don't remember Skylar Gould being on their team. So interesting. Let's see, anybody on the league? Oh, Stacy Sevens. Yep. Well, I mean, that's how you played your second year. So we are kind of on par with that. But everything else, you're like the highlight of the team. In an altered dimension, I mean, Captain Pete and Shaman's up there for wins again, so not as amazing. Shaman's up there for strikeouts. Jovita Pulo tied with her. See, I mean, it's interesting. Magic Magicson's up there. Apple Runner, .82 whip. Shaman averages 10.85 strikeouts every 9 innings. Yeah, our pitchers are getting walks too. That's all right. Let's go to the end of the year. It's been interesting. Like I said, we're just doing this for science. We may not even make the playoffs. Oh, I think they slipped in for the wild card. If the playoffs were today, oh, they're tied with Florida, and they got a game left. So there's a chance. I have to make the playoffs. I've played these games. So I think the first season, Jackson and Hiroshima were in the playoffs. But like the hot corners are dead last. That's a shock. And I can't remember who the other playoff team was over there. Hiroshima. Oh, the hot corners. The overdogs probably. On ours. Whoa, controller. Chill. If they don't make the playoffs, more players may be prone to leave. Has Florida already played their last game? No, they have the wide loads. So there's drama and we've not even played any of these games. That's crazy. All right, well, let's simulate this game and see if the Drakes can make it in there. Oh, they lose! The Hampton Hares! Oh, man. So that means if Florida, the Crocodons, win their game, then the Drakes are out. That's funny. That's actually funny. So you all beat up on me all the time. But like I said, it could be the all right, so for this game, we need the Wyoming wide loads to win for them to make the team. I don't think it's going to be a problem. Okay, so I think the Drakes get in because of the run difference. So Wyoming had to win, but they had to win by less than so many. Oh. I would have rage quit and ended the stream. Oh, did they just win by? Well, then it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, it was it. Oh, rough. And Louisville didn't make the playoffs. They had 3 teams tied for the wild card on the other side. Oh, there's 3 teams on this side. So the computer is very about keeping things balanced. So, who to that? All right, start the playoffs. What's the game show? Not Family Feud. There's another one. You get the X if you get eliminated. Yeah, that's what we get. That's what we got here. Pressure luck. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, so in this fictional season 1, let's see who actually, for science, let's see who's gonna win this. Skip ball, boom. The Hiroshima Heaters. So in an alternate dimension where we're not there, Hiroshima takes that season 1 title. The Monarchy, though, some of you play on that team. Wyoming must have been on a really hot streak. No, the ring is disappearing off my finger. No. All right, let's see if this works for science. I'm actually nervous to hit this. So let me need to on my other screen. I like suspense. Need to redden these people out, so I need needs to know. I gots to know. Go, 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 go. Boom. Oh my God, it changed it. Oh, I can already see part of it. Oh my God. Oh my Lord, that first name. Oh, oh my Lord. Oh. Okay, so on a good note, that clears up $9.5 million on our thing. On the bad note is we need a starting pitcher. So let me put that on my list here of things we need to get. Oh man. So it was a bug, but I would say it was because of what Seven and I talked about were the thing. Colonist, thank you for the host. So let's see what else has gone on in the league. We won't be able, there's gonna be maybe there'll be a lot of news. Bug from the major. Yeah, that's Arachnid. That had to be what it was. Darren, it was a massive, like, to put it this way, if you're playing an RPG, it was the type of update that you would have to start over from scratch. We just finished the season out. We should have done this in the first one, but we just went with it. So it kind of doesn't change anything because now we'll go through the actual off season. Players are going to leave. We're going to have some new people. And then I could put all those names and people who are signing up for season 2 and 3 people will go in together. I know there's a lot of people that left because I saw that there's a big chunk of money Somehow our budget went up to $17.4 million. And I don't want to, I don't want to. Oh, that's a lot of money. Who was our big people that made a lot of money on the team? Lethal made 8. Least Expected made 11. Mother Love made 9.6. Crit 7.5. Captain Pete 8. Shaman was 9. And then Cayman was 6.4. I would say one other big name, maybe like a Least Expected, and maybe some of the smaller people, like smaller salaries. Remember, and also Reaver requested to be let go, so we'll have to move him off the team. So, all right. So some of the big players leaving around the league: Forrest Rawl, Hammerlong Ballo. Good Lord, look at their salaries they want. Winston Maddox, Steamboat Wassell. So Shaman wants $22 million. Holy shit. Oh my God. Shaman resigns from the team, wants $22 million, which makes sense. Well, Reaver, we got to look at this way, that we've played 2 years. And Shaman, this is actually a very realistic situation. Shaman was our #1 ace. And that first season, he was doing amazing. And then he got hurt. And then he was kind of wishy-washy. And then during season 2, he was kind of flip-floppity as well. So maybe part of it was he never recovered from that injury. But in real life, those players that got hurt, that it may shorten their career, they go out and want to make a lot of money. So this is a very accurate thing of Shaman wanting to leave and doing that. So I'm just, as much as I hate seeing you all leave the team, it's interesting to see what's happening. Because like I said, I put so much care into making you all.
Welcome aboard.
That it's like watching my kids leave, and it's really sad. Goliath168, thank you for the follow. Ice and Drip, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Hope y'all are having a great Wednesday. We had to go around the bug. That's what we're doing now. We did 2 seasons and nobody left the team, so we've had to go back and redo season 1, and that's what we're kind of working on now. It does remind me of being a teacher again. And when you have those kids for 4 years and then they leave, it's scary and sad, because scary, you know, they're walking across that stage into the real world, and you've been in the real world for a while. And it's also sad that when you bring in a new group that next year and that person's not there. All right, let's see what other damage we've got. Bobby Bash retired. Maybe Shaman's the only one that left. No, there's no way. Bobby Bash retires from the league at 38. Okay, that makes it. Slip Vanderwink retires to pursue other endeavors. I forgot if I took a screenshot of this. We're gonna post the Shaman in Discord to Aldo Bridges goes into retirement at age 34, 32. Good Lord. Raleigh Overo retires from the league. Inferno, yeah. What the game does is, like, these people here that you see that have retired, it will make an 18, 19, or 20-year-old as a free agent to sign. What I'll do is I'll let people sign. Obviously, we're going to do the off season, and then I'll go in and plug all the people that are signing up for the league now for season 3. Brecken Bellamy. Look at these people. A minuses, A pluses, and they retire. That's just crazy. Spiral Stout. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh my Lord. Well, let me color myself in here. And I wanted 15.9. So we'll need to get a third baseman / infielder to replace me, unless my price comes down a lot, which I don't think that's possible. Well, I did it to Shaman. I need to do it to myself. Let me screenshot me. At age 28, SKS went out, never returned. He was tired of the fan base heckling him for being the pop-up king. From season 1, he was the big red machine. Now, he was called the meatball attraction. Fans making fun of him and falling down in the stands whenever he made a dive or a great catch. My salary before was 6.9 million. So I went from 6.9 to wanting 15.9, and Shaman went from 9.5 to so. All right, let's scroll on down and see more damage. Kel Maddox retires from the league at age 40. That makes sense. Sirloin Jones. Oh man, he's a good player. Kyler Yaft. Muffin Studwick retires. Hack Liner retires. Kerwin Arches. That's it. Only 2 players from us left. Huh. Yep, only 2. It probably did give us a bigger pay scale, Reaver, after season 1 because of the new. I would say that's what it did. Is we got a bigger whatchamacallit. So where do our players rank? See, I'm way down the list. I'm not that good of a player. I probably won't get signed. I'm gonna star me so he can keep up with me. And then Shaman. Shaman is the 3rd best pitcher. He's going to get picked up somewhere. Oh, it's so weird seeing him in like blank uniforms. Well, I mean, that's actually not too bad that 2 players left. Actually, I'm going to laugh because I don't think I can go through here and see the payroll, but like, remember, teams like the Dirt Dogs have a ton of money, so they could be in there. The Moonstars, Miramar has a lot of money. They could throw at Shaman. There's a chance we get me back, but I don't think we get Shaman back. I say Shaman's gone in the first 4 weeks. J2, you didn't want to raise. We've also, remember, Reaver is also leaving the team. So we've got that to play around with. So we've got what, 17.4. To spend on 3 players. But here's where we kind of get smart. Because technically, the way this looks, I need to move this over. I've got too many things open right now. I need to be able to see this. Real King, I think we'll keep it on this. I don't think there's any reason to go back to the first league. I don't know. I can't go back and look. And honestly, it doesn't matter, Real King. Just go based on what you did this past season, because when we play this next one, it's still going to be season 3. We're just going to have some hustle and bustle. J2, do you really want I saw it 7. Do you really want to be released? Do you want me to trade you for somebody else? Because you will go. Here's how it works. Besides SKS and Shaman, like when I click Reaver, the way that this works, I'll use Reaver to showcase this. Since the red are already gone, with like Reaver, if I want to release him, I have to pick up somebody else. You can't just release somebody and have an empty position. But it's got to be free agencies, colonists. So and none of the players that on those teams have been released yet. So J2's done well the past 2 seasons, though. I would hate to lose 2 starting pitchers. That would be rough. Dark Wolf, you're not even on the team. Hush. See, that's a compliment on J2. We do need to be looking at starting pitchers. Because we're not going to be able to afford Shaman. The unfortunate thing is we do lose our record that we have. So that's going to be tainted. But I think I'm okay with that. So starting pitchers wise, there's a bunch out there now. We have to decide how much we want to spend on a starter. And these guys are all like super expensive. Yeah, I've got a screenshot. I can always go back and look at it, Darren, but I mean, we don't ever look at that, so it doesn't matter. Placido Longboat. I say we give it a couple weeks before we even think about signing somebody here. Though I do know that starters go fast. But these stats are rough. Yeah, but we can't afford Special Fuller. You got to look over here. He's 19 million. We can watch him. Yeah, some teams are going to sign some of these big guys. Like Chug Bourbony will go first week. That's why I'm thinking Shaman may go this first week. I can't rename them right now. But once the season starts, I think I can rename anybody once they're on a team. But I can't rename free agents until they get signed. All right, so maybe we replace Reaver first. Since he's the one we kind of know about, we know what money we got to spend. So, 7, can free agents be cosmetically changed is the thing. Okay, that's what I thought. So we've got around 5.46 million to spend on this spot, but there's so much. And remember, if we sign somebody early on in the period, we can always get rid of them again. They're not locked in until the end of the offseason, and even then you could start trading again. With SKS gone, we really need to get a third baseman. Obviously, Lethal could play third, and we can always move Jason McMongoose to first. But having a true third baseman, even if it's a backup, say we don't get SKS back, between 5 and 6 million for a third baseman is actually a good idea to do. We don't want 2 people running secondaries on the regular. What kind of talent do we have at third base? Am I the worst third baseman out here? No, Sam Grubera is worse than me. Oh my God, they're... Oh my God! I would never even change your name either. I would not change her name. She's too legendary. Oh my God. That's the question. Do we sign her now, or do we... Because remember, we've got extra money. If we sign her, well, we'll have about $10 million. We'll be below 10 million, actually. So maybe she is on the pricey sides. Because we've still got to get a starting pitcher. If we sign her right now, that would leave us with like 9.8 million. Oh yeah, we are replacing you, so that actually would bring that back up above that. Yeah, it would be. I think we get her now, and we have her on the team. Even if she's a backup, at some point, I don't think we turn her down. We've seen she could play, and she's got some decent stats, and that arm at third base is way better than mine. All right, I'm interested to see if Reaver gets picked up by anybody. Well, maybe I get signed back, 7. There's no way I get signed back. But yeah, we got to play like this is going to be it. She is a whiffer, but we'll want to work on that. She's a little bit slower. Her fielding, I think she'll still be fine. We saw her, she missed like 2 balls in the 5-game series. So we'll go ahead and do this. So yeah, 15.4. Okay, so let me expand this out. We got Kyra. The orange, oh my God. I cannot believe we just did this. We signed her for 7.6. She plays third base and shortstop. I need to move her down a line so she fills that line. That strike through me. All right, so Reaver, I'm gonna now put you on this form over here because you are a free agent. What was your main position? Shortstop. So Reaver. We'll have to watch to see if Reaver gets signed. This is already iffy. It's weird having somebody else. Should have a rule if they leave, they're gone for a season minimum. Oh man, do we want to do that? You know, I'll put that to a vote. I'll let you all vote on that. And if that's the way you want it to be, I could be a free agent. I mean, if a player opts out of contract, are they gone for a year? All right, there's your poll.
Welcome aboard.
Fake Humanoid, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That makes sense because during the season, if like say I don't get signed, they'll I'll still be out there. Like I said, there's a chance I don't get signed. I'm one of the worst third basemen out there. But as for Shaman, he's gonna get signed almost instantly. Fake Humanoid, just remember when you make your name that it's kind of towards your internet name so that we know who you are. There's been some people that make ridiculous names and I don't even look at your form once you do that. And if it's something close, I try to email you and get something that works. It'd be different if they release versus them opting out. So yeah, Mother Love does make a point. I mean, if they say they want to go, yeah, okay, all right. I'm off the team. Kyra DeOrange is our new third baseman. We're gonna have ladies on the corners. Can't believe this is happening. I knew in my heart that if we got this working tonight, I would be the one leaving the team. Oh my God, yeah, it's an entire female infield. Kyra DeOrange at third, Molo at short, Stacy Sevens at second, and then Lethal. Zenas and Anoni are gonna have to do something. I don't know. I was surprised Crit or somebody didn't retire, to be honest. I like how I can report my own poll. Okay, in poll. We already know. We got it. We got it. Okay. All right, so that makes it a little bit easier to sign people and go out and look for people. All right, so if somebody leaves, you can't go back after them in the off season. If they're still there when the regular season starts, then yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and sign Kyra DeOrange. Boom. So Kyra DeOrange now on the team. And that leaves us with 15.2. So obviously, I think now we let it go a couple weeks just to see what players get released. I think Kyra DeOrange was a great Prever Axis offended Atlantic Drake's coach. Was, you know what? Yes, that is exactly what happened. We are going to take a picture of that. That will be posted later in Discord. He sure did. Instantly let me know what he thought about me. Now, in fairness, I did leave the team. But you know, there's a different consequence with that. So all right, this has actually turned out a little bit more interesting than I thought. This has just been round one, and this is kind of interesting. We actually Zenus can always come out and play infield, and so can least expected. So honestly, right now, our number one goal is to find a studly pitcher to probably be that first or second spot. No, Lethal. Some of them go quick because nothing really happens. We've just had a lot of debate about what direction to take the team. Like right now, I'm trying to figure out who do we need to get. Obviously, we don't need a third base shortstop. I'm trying to figure out what we need for the team. We honestly could get somebody really cheap that's like a second base, maybe even just a second base backup, just in case an injury happens to Stacy. And I'm not saying that as a sleight of hand, but it does seem like getting a cheaper utility player would be the way to go for that, just to have somebody that can come in. All right, so let's go through. Let's go ahead and let it. And then, like I said, we're gonna spend. I think we spend. Shaman was 9.5. I think we spend upwards to 12 million. No, not 12. Maybe 10 million on a starting pitcher. All right, let's go to the next round. Let's see what happens, if anything. Okay, lots of stuff has happened. Let me scroll down here. Okay, we went too far. All right, Hollywood Herbasaur sign Olaf Beerson for 3 million. Nottingham Bowman get Archer Wong. His name is Archer and he's on the Bowman and he has a Wong. That's perfect. Florida Crocodons snag Clifford Kane. Tampico Platypi gets Serena Norton. So all these teams are spinning pretty low right now. Florida Crocodons get Bing Kringer. Special Fuller, that was that pitcher you all were talking about who's 19, lowered his price. He went down almost $2 million. 1.3. Texarkana Sirloin stand Murky Nubs Wubbles. You know, I forgot to put myself on this form because the reality of me actually being a free agent is just daunting. And I don't even know. Okay. This is fun, but it's hectic. Irony at its funnest. Yeah, some teams are going to drop stuff for money. Lucas Norris, Windsor Market, they get Linus Digby. Oh, that's not bad. Hey, SKS lowered his price. I went down 1.2 million. Nobody wants me. The Hampton Hares get Chance Lauderberry. No, Hampton, you were in the running for it all. Tampico Platypi bring in Smack Avery. Shaman lowers his price 1.8. Birmingham Buzzard gets Tats Balfour. Hampton Hares bring in Ricky Kwan. Manitoba Moose obtain Grizz Scenario. Go ahead and look at the pictures again. I like pitchers with a lot of pitches. This Eddie Gilmore, his velocity's terrible though. Kaylee Musto is not bad. I do like Piston, and he's a lefty. And I like Kaylee Musto. Even though she's got 4 pitches, I've used her efficiently, so she's a good backup if she drops. So we'll keep an eye on these 4 pitchers. Eddie Gilmore, I don't think he's going to come down any, but I think we'll watch him too. Jeff Horn is an ultimate backup. The dude, he's Double J. He's got a gray beard and he's 21. I know you all don't know Double J in real life, but Double J was salt and peppered hair his junior year of high school. Oh. All right, and then the other thing we wanted to look at was we were looking for a second baseman who's not too expensive, but maybe can fill that role. Not Kerry Cartman. He was on the Platypi. There's not a lot of second basemen out here. And this player, if it's a backup, Emilio Adoya is not a bad dude if he drops his money. And if it's one of, like, Emilio is a staple in the game, Kerry Cartman is, but like this Mohamed Villa or Density Archer, I may make that a person who signed up. Yeah, this dude is pure utility. He's a great player to plug in. He's not too good batting, but defensively, he can come in there and play. He's obviously going to be 8 in the lineup, though, for batting. But yeah, there's just not a lot of second basemen. Yeah, he's expensive. Not a lot of people go for him because of the hitting. The game really values hitting over defense. But for somebody to play bench, yeah, and pinch running, he's a good person to throw in there. We're probably extreme speedsters this year since I'm off the team. All right, what about second baseman as their second? Ackman, Roberto Tran. Yeah, there's just not a lot of second basemen, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. All right, let's go to the next round, see what happens. Okay. All right, starting here. Jackson Jacks obtained Ham Slamus. Special Fuller lowered his price another 1.2. SKS lowered theirs another 1.2. Yeah, I'm just too expensive. Herbisaurs get Babette Walkman. I swear they got her last year too. Piston Hatchford lowered his asking price. He's 10.7 now. Haley Musto. I have done that, Lethal. Shaman has lowered his price another million, 1.3. Hiroshima signed Sam Guevara. Eddie Gilmore. So yeah, some of these people, they're waiting for the prices to come down. Ahmed Barker goes to the Reno Hot Corners. Kerry Cartman. So Barbados picks up a second baseman. Miramar. They get a left fielder. Emilio. All right, so I'm going to go to round 4. All right, so here we go. Florida Crocodons. Shaman lowers his salary again. Special Fuller lowered his salary. Emilio. Keisha Mishara. SKS lowering his salary. Kaylee Musto lowered theirs. Piston lowering his. Eddie Gilmore. Okay, so a lot of salary lowering now. I mean, yeah, we're losing an A player. I mean, Shaman would be cool. Shaman's going to get picked up before round 7's my guess. Yeah, we can't even afford him. We can't afford Special. Eddie is still out of our market. Kaylee and Piston are the most obtainable. but we're gonna have to wait. And like I said, I'm surprised the CPU is not really. I would say now that we have a starting player for every position. So yeah, we're just looking for a infield bench player who could be relatively really cheap. But then we want to spend some money on a pitcher. That's why I said about 10 million on the pitcher and maybe 2 or 3 million on the other one. All right, let's go another couple weeks. We'll go to let's simulate to round 6. So I'm gonna hit it twice. I don't know, 7. I don't know. Let's do 3 times and then we'll evaluate. So 3 times, not even gonna stop. 3's the magic number. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need to skim this down real quick so nobody can see anything. Okay, I think we're here. Okay. Okay, so some more. Okay, that was round 3. More salary lowering. Shaman down to 17 now. Kaylee coming down. Emilio, he's gonna try to get below 10, I'd say. Darlington Dirt Dogs bring in Pumper Lumpkins. So see, yeah, a lot of teams are doing that. They're I lowered mine, I'm down to 11.7. Shaman down to 16.4. But again, this could all change. Oh God, I'm really lowering my, yeah, nobody wants me. Nobody got signed. Nobody got signed. Nobody's jumping at anything. That's the interesting part. It happens, Reaver. Eddie is affordable. I wouldn't mind letting him go down a little bit more. Because with these 2 pitchers here, I'm safe on letting Eddie come down. Because technically, Kylie, even though she's got 4 pitches, she's more balanced, especially on velocity. Because you gotta remember with him, he has a fastball, but he has no velocity. So it's kind of a wasted pitch. So you're gonna be throwing a lot of junk stuff with him. I was really hoping for a really cheap second baseman be out here, but I mean, we got Winston Draper. Steven Wargame, thank you so much for the sub. 3-month streak. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's throw some hypes in the chat. Appreciate that. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm really thinking about getting Winston right now, just to have somebody there as a placeholder. And then it gives us a little bit more money. He's a big drop. He's got some power. He just can't hit the ball. I don't know. All right, let's go 3 more rounds. We'll go to round 10. All right. So again, Chance Lauderberry. So yeah, the Hampton Hares just held on. They did what I was wanting to do. They got Chance Lauderberry for a placeholder, and then they signed Wanda Reed. All right, so more salary dropping, more salary dropping. Special Fuller got signed by the San Juan Sandcats for 12.5. He was just kind of out of our range. We couldn't afford that. Shaman down to 14 million. I was wrong about him going. SKS is down to 9.4. Piston is down to 7.5. Eddie down to 9.4. Emilio is down to 7.7. Kylie down to 9 million. Ooh, okay. So that is actually a great assortment of pictures there to look at. Shaman was 9.5. Technically, we could sign Eddie Gilmore right now, and we would have him for cheaper than we were paying Shaman. Eddie, I think, does have, now that he's come down so much, I think Eddie's the player to go for. I'm afraid if we wait one more week, Eddie may be gone. Again, Kylie Musto's right there, though. And Piston Hatchford is the ultimate, like, fallback. I don't know. I don't know if we pull the trigger. I'm divided here. We would only have 5.8 million if we get him. And so then if we did sign, say, another player for 3 point something, we would have double what we had last year money wise. Bella Meatbell. Oh, I see her down there. She's my spirit animal. We could make beautiful meatball babies together. The mini meatballs that you find in certain pasta sauces. Yeah, but her fastballs are worthless. Look at that velocity. Oh, man. I'm afraid, I don't know. Bella throws a 75-mile press. Alicia Woodrow left us. She retired. This is the gamble we went. I like Eddie, but I would love for him to dip down in the 8 millions. If he goes into the 8s, I'll sign him instantly. If we don't get him, there's a number of pitchers that we can pick up. There's tons of people. I don't know. Then again, I have a bad habit in this game of waiting too long to sign certain players, and I don't get them. And with you all watching, I know how that happens. Watch, he's gonna get signed here. So many people. Okay. Shaman, Nottingham Bowman. Oh my God, a divisional rival. Oh, oh my God. Cannot believe it. Shaman goes to the Bowman. They spend 14 million on him. Yeah, this has added a lot of spiciness. Piston Hatchford got signed by the Wild Pigs. Some of you liked him. Hiroshima gets Anthony Singh. SKS lowered his salary again. Placido Longboat, another starter went. Eddie Gilmore goes to the Whiskers. I knew it. I told you all. Oh, man. Max Texas goes to Hiroshima, reliever. Oakley Pine goes to Winnipeg. Kaylee Musto lowers her salary. The Wyoming Wide Loads obtained Forrest Rawl. They spent 18.2. Jeff Moyer goes to the Freebooters. Nice young pitcher for them. Hiroshima signs Ariel. Braden Millstream released. Yeah, we may have goofed. I may have goofed. I told you all what happens. Kaylee Musto is the only one on the board that we liked. Rufus Zumar's down here. He won't last as... He'll be like... he would be like Wembley. Chance Lauderberry. Well, he's 1.1. That's way overpaying him. Because right now our rotation is Pete, John Jeremy, Wembley. We really need a solid starter to fill in that role. Will Klopp is abysmal though with velocity. His junk is nice. We did run into Will Klopp a couple of times. I may pick up Kaylee right now, and then if Rufus drops and he's available or somebody else pops up, we'll do that. But I think right now we put Kaylee on the team just so we have a placeholder, because we've got to have somebody. And 8.7 is nice. We may actually have money to train people this year. I would say one of those teams that throws money at players. So yeah, I mean, actually she has better velocity than Shaman. And I know this is comparing apples to oranges because Shaman is A-. But her stats are pretty decent. We only lose 6 junk and 26 accuracy, which I can make up myself once I learn how to pitch with her. Yeah, she's a good sign, I think. All right, so now all we need is kind of a backup player. to play the infield. Yeah, I would like to spend like relatively cheap. Yeah, it has her in the 3rd spot, which is kind of where I would put her in. Yeah, that is actually... Now, the issue that's going to happen next year is she is making more than Captain Pete and John Jeremy. So I don't know if the game triggers something, but I feel like the game will trigger something. We have no right-handed or left-handed starters. Mad Martin is the only left-handed pitcher we've got. All right. Atlantic Drake snagged Kaylee. I guess it's Kaylee Musto. I need to learn how to say her name. I don't think we make a play for a backup infielder until like about round 20. What do you all think? I mean, I think we wait and let the ebb and flow of the season go, and then see what happens. All right, so what I'll do is I'll go to 20, and then we'll have to go real fast, and then I'll scroll down. All right, so let's all right, where are we at here? Negotiation round 1. Okay, so up a little bit more. Round 2, 4. We need to get to about what? 12. I think this is where we. Yeah, Kali Musto. All right, here we go. Jefferson Jurassics obtain Raimundo Branch. Mindy Marshwater offended a San Juan Sandcats coach and was replaced by Chuck Philwick. Kyoto gets Arlo Gardner. Tijuana get Jeff Horn. Rufus Zumar lowered his price. Jeffrey Jenkins replaced by Kyrie Appleseed. Anton Goodwood goes to the hot corners. Vigo Buck to the hot corners. Emilio is down. Hash Calhoun, SKS lowers his salary. That was a big round 11. Round 12 here. Wheat Bar. Luke Everett. Emilio's down. SKS is down. Rufus is down. Gustav Gustafsson, okay. Reno Woodard goes to Tampico. SKS lowers his salary. Oh, nobody wants me. Oh, Leon Robinson. Rufus lowers his salary. Wixit Harrington, Jules Bergman. Maverick McMahon goes to the Hollywood Herbivore. Pokey Garrison, Rufus. Oh, so embarrassing. Justice Carpenter, big outfielder there. I didn't even know. Oh, we missed up on her. They released her at some point because she would play for a different team and she caught everything hit at us. Chuck Bourbon, goes to Windsor Monarchy. Tig Trantom was released, replaced by Kara South. Rufus Zumar gets signed by the Dirt Dogs. The son of a guns, the Dirt Dogs always coming after us. Bream Planer, Orlando, Emmanuel. You all know that I'm going to go to like the Nemesis or somebody. Hammer Longbalo is a Miramar Moonstar? Holy crap. Rodrigo Hunter, Savannah. Emilio lowers his price. Hampton Hares pick up Terrence Rivers. SKS, it doesn't look like it. Birmingham gets Titus. Emilio, Banjo Porpetta. Winston Maddox. The Reno Hot Corners sign Reaver Axis for $6 million. Holy crap. Oh man. $6 million, and Reaver made 5.4, so he got a little over a $500,000 raise. Good for him. Good for Reaver. I don't know. I don't know what their I don't know what Reno's. Yeah, I'm 7.4 now. I'm coming back down to where I was at. Hiroshima Heater signed Rob Glover. 7.2. Rusty Nozzle. Emilio. Wow, Emilio's coming way down. I'm really thinking about picking up Emilio if he keeps dropping. Morton Stanberg. Benny Balmer. Herbert Hackman. Wow. Goes to the Monarchy, putting some players on the team. The Hampton Hares. Oh my god. Oh man. Ooh, for $7.2 million, I got a $0.3 million raise. The meatball becomes the hairball. Emilio's too expensive right now. Archer Powell. If he creeps down to the 3 million, maybe. But there's a player there, catcher first base, who's 2.9. We just need a placeholder. There's Digger Perfetto. Somebody was talking about him earlier. 2 million. A utility player, shortstop infield. If he's not signed by the time we get up here. Ricky McFarland, Smack Avery let go. Yeah, he can't hit well, but the Louisville Cyclones Inc. Mohammed Villa. Eight power, 27 hitting, 37. F. Emilio grabbed Dig. Emilio's got more speed, way more speed than him. Fielding is great. I mean, that's what he would be utilized for. At 2.2 million, let's pick up Digger Fetto just to put him here as a slot. Because the big red machine there is now a Hampton Hare. It pains me to say that, but it has happened. And we made the rule we cannot get them. He is also an infielder with utility, which is amazing. So even though he's cheap, he is a defensive sub, which we needed a lot of times. And I guess if somebody wanted to back, I don't know, we may be able to play him. It's one big bunny. Wow. Oof. All right. Atlantic Drakes acquired Dig Efferto. That is true. 4.3 million. We'll get a lot of money per game. I don't even know if that. We'll get 89,000 per game now. Think of the training and the dating. We could afford real. No, let's not go too far. All right, let's go round by round and see what happens here. Let's see if anybody who's a player gets let go. Emilio, if Emilio dropped down even more, I may opt to get him instead. But I think somebody will pick him up instead. Stu Quintana, Lackey Luster, okay. Oh, Kimmy Smoke got. Oh, I'm playing with Kimmy Smoke? Oh man, she's a decent player. I didn't know she was even left. I don't remember seeing her like let go. Kenna Corn is a good player who was let go by the Fremont Freebooters. I may actually watch her, even though she's catcher right field, it doesn't utilize us. I know. All right. Oh man, it's just Emilio now. Oh, some stuff happened here. Nori Miyoshi got signed on the New York Nemesis, replacing Amy Zoner. I don't understand. I guess they opted to go for speed. I would totally go after that player if we didn't have Molo at short. That's a conspicuous. No, it's not a better arm. This is the player they signed right here. So they picked up the RBI dud, less arm, better fielding, and better power, and a little bit better contact. I don't know. That's a big gamble. I meant speed on the stealing part. Reaver. Because they're giving up hitting for speed. So. Bubbles Garcia, Whopper Batsman. Poor Emilio still just sitting out there. Harsh Word got signed in place of Omar Chambo. Okay. And nothing happened. Oh wait, no, it did. Okay, it jumped. Franzilla was replaced by Will Klopp. Okay. They signed a starting pitcher in lieu of a closer. That's an interesting change. Oh, Roman Rhodes got signed. All right, let's go to round 26. Poor Emilio's still out there. Uh-oh. Oh, they signed him. He goes to Wichita. Wait, I thought he was on like, who was he on before? Goodfried Storm is not bad either. Birmingham. Oh yeah, because he's defense. That's right. All right, we got a couple of moves here. Jennifer Wolf. She seems to get cut every year. I find that funny because I have a friend with that name. Darlington Dirt Dog signed Mateo Cobert, replacing Pumper Lumpkins. Shrewd Merritt gets signed by the Barbados Bards. See you, Fake Humanoid. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Okay, so let's just look out here at the. Let's look at the top tier players. So Carlton Starr, second base, is pretty much Studley. Oh, he's a shortstop. Never mind. My bad. Amy Zoner. I'm surprised she's not got signed. So there's a lot of talent still left in the free agency pool. Evo. Romeo Thornton. Check out that dude. The pictures are on another screen, Darren. If you look up there at the top right. 41, he's a switch hitter though. He's got power. I was just thinking. Pick up power, we lose contact, we get a little bit of speed, we lose fielding, we get arm. Okay, so maybe it's not worth the 3.3 that I thought it was. Yeah, but he doesn't even play a position we could utilize, so that was kind of a moot point. Yeah, not a lot of pitchers left. There's tons of closers. Walt Huckster is unemployed. That's interesting. Or Cisco Butters. Alberto Roberto is available. These guys got a lot of pitches, but they don't got any heat. Or Bell Meatball. Chance Lauderberry's 0.7, everybody. We played against Alberto Roberto. Jeffrey Jenkins. Yeah, she's 1.6. If we definitely needed to like drop somebody for some money in the late season, if we're having a bad year, that's probably who we go to. He's okay, but he's only got 3 pitches, and then we run into the same issue that we had with, you know, what we should have thought about doing. If a reliever left was to pick up another starter. So say next season Martin, Markso, or Riza Paper leave, pick up another starter, and then we shift Wembley down to a reliever. I don't know. We got a very dynamically mixed quartet of pitchers here. And I can't believe we got Kyra to Orange. I still can't believe that. Oh my God. What's Digger? He's number 40. I don't think anybody else has number 40 on our team. I have to be mindful of everybody's chosen numbers. No, we're good. And I know nobody's, well, somebody may be 88. I don't think so. All right, next round. Let's see if anybody does some late. I'm surprised that none of the viewers have left their team. Go to the last round. Nothing happened. All right, let's take one final look. If you want to be Zero and Shaman, since he's not on the team now, then yeah. I mean, he's obviously number 0 for another team. All right. I don't think there's anybody out there that's spectacular. A Carlton Star, like if we didn't have a Molo or a 7, would be a great bargain. So would Amy's owner. That would be too great. But our infield is pretty legit now. Even replacing SKS with Kyra, we pick up a lot of speed. I don't know if she'll be the power hitter he was in that last season. So that's kind of interesting. But it's, yeah, and I think our pitching staff didn't change too much. So I'm kind of interesting. So let's end the off season. Let's see what it accumulates for us game-wise. Our first game, we're going against Chug Bourbony. So what do they have us down as? What are we? Oh wait, that's not us. Yeah, you're right. Well, I don't want to simulate. I don't want to do anything because I want to go in and put players in and do all that we need to. So what's our schedule start out? At Wyoming, and then we get a few home games. Kyoto, Bellevue. We got the Dirt Dogs early this season. Hiroshima, Windsor. I guess the important thing is we need to find out when we play the Hot Corners, the Hares. Oh, we got the Dirt Dogs twice early. The Bowman, 2 away games at the Bowman. And we may, let's see. I don't know what Shaman is on their rotation, but there's a 50% chance we have to face him. Ooh. Miramar made some moves this year. Hampton Hares at Hampton. Game 38. It's late in the season. Do we not play the Hot Corner? Oh, game 43. So we get them all at the end of the season. Interesting. It's an interesting season. And we've also got to decide what ego we're going to go at. I'm thinking of bumping it up to 77. But I don't know. Maybe even 76. We'll have to see. I do like the fact that we're going to be getting 89 million per game now. You know, the funny part, Lethal, is on my offline franchise, I beat it at 75. So I know that I can, but I'll just be honest with you. The Dirt Dogs played that's been the most competitive games I've ever had in playoffs. Like, not even joking. Like, that blew my mind that it went down to that. Uh, 89,000, not 89 million. No, we're actually not going to end the stream. We're going to do a special. Since we've got season 3 all signed up, there's people that are in chat. They filled out their form. I'm giving people a couple days to do that. I'll probably work on that tomorrow because I get really excited when I put players on teams. But we're going to do a exhibition game. Let me pick out some colors here for these teams. We are going to do an exhibition after my bio break. You have hit it, Real King. We are going to do the Atlantic Drakes, the OG Atlantic Drakes, taking on the Larry Ballers. The Speed Demons versus the Extreme Rotational Aces. I am not going to play. It's going to be computer versus computer. We're going to see who the real... I mean, 7's the starting pitcher for the Larry Ballers. Shaman will be the starting pitcher for the Drakes. It's going to be interesting. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get some water, stretch the legs, and I shall return. All right, I've made it back. This ought to be interesting. I've never actually watched a computer play a game before. So I'm interested to see how it goes. I'm even going to take notes while the game goes on so I can bring the ultimate announcing for you all. So if you weren't around for the Larry Ballers, they were a very dominant team in Super Mega Baseball 2. If you thought I was a head case during the Drake seasons, you should have seen me during this. This will be AI versus AI. Now, the big difference is the Drakes, I think, are better hitters, but the Ballers had amazing pitchers. But you know, I don't know. Looking at the slots there, looks like the Ballers had the advantage on contact, power, and defense. Drakes are better at speed. It could, I don't know. It could go either way. I'm not sure if I could change anything. I don't think I can. I think the Larry Ballers deserve to be the home team, so both teams get to utilize their best jerseys. Their green jerseys were amazing also, so yeah, the Ballers were just they were like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, but they could lose to the Drakes. So we'll see here. Wait, what just happened? Aim. I got hit left trigger to watch the game. Proceed with the CPU versus CPU game. Okay. All right. Oh, this is actually important. Oh, where do we play? Where do we hold this majestic game? We had to pick a. I know that Apple Field was the home for the Ballers. So it can't be Apple Field and it can't be LVAO. DH may be interesting too to see that. And the lineups are going to be totally different. Founders Field. Founders Field looks like a good one. Lethal said Red Rock. Then I'm seeing Big Sky. What do you think, chat? We need to pick something quickly. How come you can't pick bad conditions? Founders looks pretty good too. Oh, you can pick Stormy on some fields? Well, that's bull crap. I don't want to do random because I'm worried that it will go to one of the team's home fields. Let's do Big Sky because it was not in the original game. DH on or off? It will get one more person off, so it leads the benches or the pitchers just pitching. And I think it evens it out a little bit too, because I think the hitting of the pitchers on the Ballers is a lot better than what the realistic other ones. Yeah, so okay. Oh, we can actually mess with their lineups? Okay, well then yeah, we could set this up really good then. Sevens, least expected. Crit. Venus starting. So yeah, Shaman will start this since he's the $1 million man. All right, so that looks like it's ready. Now I'm hoping I hit next, and it lets me look at the ballers. Yeah, this is the money on the line ball. Okay. Man, I do not remember. I know why so slow led off. Zero's McBirthday seems all right. SKS, Lethal. Yeah, Lethal is fourth. Reaver. Least expected. Travis and God, yeah. Anoni, we'll put Anoni started. And Ballas, the freaking. Yeah, this. Z was old back then, too. Seven gonna start out pitching here. Look at these pitching. Look at J2's character on the ballers. Oh my God, Zero's McBirthday is here. Yeah, some of the views of the players just, but the pitchers. Sir James was a stud too when he pitched. Three Dog was also very awesome. Joe, wherever he is out there, we miss him. We've got Double J. Wembley, she was a reliever back then. So that makes a lot of sense. So she had to step up into the starting role. And then they've got Cayman again, who has a much different look. Cayman's got a much bigger tan. But yeah, some of these looks are interesting. Look at my hair in this one. The chin is also covered up. Oh man, yeah, some people are very similar. It's interesting. All right. I think that lineup's good to go. Here we go. Big game here. The Atlantic Drakes coming to take on the Larry Ballers in a non-sanctioned game. This is going to be our highlight. Look at these lineups. Some same players, some different players. Let's see, who is the same? I don't know if anybody I know the pitcher and hitter is the same, but Lethal is on both teams. Starting for the Drake, Stacy Sevens going against Stacy Sevens. Oh my God, what a Pandora's box we've done here. And Stacy Sevens gets the hit, and on the run, Travis the Unknown will make the catch, and that is one out. Lethal D steps up. Screwball hit, foul, and to make it 0-1. 1-1, the count now even. This is really exciting. Lethal, big hit there. The ball straight up in the air. Look at the shirtless or the sleeveless. Why so slow making the catch? That'll bring up Molo. Non-sanctioned game. Lots of fans bought tickets. We would say the money's going to charity, but that would be a lie. Ground ball. SKS at second. Throws the ball. That's out number 3, and it retires the side. We'll go to the bottom of the first. The Larry Ballers, the legends. Why so slow? Zero's McBirthday. SKS Plays coming up. Shaman Hellware on the mound. Throws that one in there. Lots of green, lots of red in the crowd today. Oh, that one inside. Little testy situation. That ball's hit. Shaman's gonna knock that down. Throw to first, and that is out number 1. Here's Zero's McBirthday. Took a few years off. traveling through the lands of Asia. Here now, ground ball to Lethal. The Goddess of Swing will step on the bag, and that's out number 2. The big red machine, SKS Plays, steps up, takes ball 1. Look at that swagger. He'll take a strike there. Even count, 1 apiece. Oh, he held that. Look at that patience of a high school guidance counselor. 3-1 to the big one. That ball's hit down the line. SKS Plays, dives, throws, and he's out. Even my AI swings at ball 4. Critia 0, SKS Plays. SKS robs himself. It's like the Spider-Man meme. Here we have Critia 0 up. Oh, 2-0 is the count. 7 having a trouble. Oh, that one's in there. 99-mile-per-hour strike. 2-1. Crit will take. It's real weird looking at him from this angle here. That's a hit up the middle, and Critia 0 will score the first hit of the day. So the Drakes strike first.
Now batting, the third
my perfect game. Here is the meatball, the much slower SKS. He's put on a few pounds.
That's inside.
21 to him. Oh, the runner's going, and it's a hit and run. And that is going to put runners on the corners. The hit and run ran for perfection. And Crit scrambles the third, and the Drakes are threatening, and Thez Striker comes up to bat.
That's inside.
Oh, 7, lucky 7, having some issues. The pink glasses maybe getting in the way. That one's in there. 2-1 the count now. That ball is hit really hard. Thez Striker goes. It's going to find the gap. Travis the Unknown's going to throw. Not going to challenge the runner at home, and it is going to be 1-0 Atlantic Drakes lead. Customary to them, they score early.
Number 37.
Jason McMongoose, the DH, steps up here. Strike thrown by 7. Got to settle down. 1 out, 1 runner on. Not a lot of speed. SKS will catch that one and throw to first, but it is safe. SKS couldn't out SKS like happened in the top half of the inning.
23.
Least expected. 2 outs now. Runner on first. That ball is inside, but fouls it off to the right. Yeah, Lucky 7 had some stats. We didn't really know what we were doing for balance. 2-2's the count. Tough out. K-Man up. Oh, the screwball almost screwed some balls there on that one. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Runner goes. Fouled off. I love that SKS is trying to steal the meatball going out there. And that was called ball 4. I have never seen a pitch down the strike zone called a ball like that from this end. 2 on now. That brings up Zenas, Mr. Dependable. Can he come through here? 7 having trouble. Already up to 30 pitches. 3-0 is the count. That one's in there. Oh, full count now. Battled back. Runners go. And that is a frozen like Elsa. And that will take us to the bottom of the second. 7 gives up 1. Lethal D Feline Reaver Axis least expected due up here.
Number 86.
See what the Goddess of Swing can do here on the ballers. Shaman. 2-0 is the count. Well, that one's in there. Strike 1. 3-1. So both pitchers. Oh, walking one here early, and that'll put the Goddess of Swing on base. Here's Reaver Axis. Hanley Strut, runner on first. Fouls that one off. Almost hits SKS in the head. He didn't flinch. He's a man. 0-2 the count to Reaver here. Oh, that one misses. 1-2 now. Shaman.
That's inside.
Even the count. Good eyes here by Reaver Axis. That ball's hitting. It's going to get through. Molo couldn't get to it, and that's going to put 2 on with no outs. So now the baller's threatening.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 23.
Least expected. Oh, he's gonna put a little blooper. 7 dives for it. She probably broke her shoulder. The runner's coming home, and it is safe, and it's a tie game. Lethal D runs from second and scores. A heads-up play there to tie the game, and now the pressure builds for Shaman. That ball's hit. SKS will catch it. Tries to double up. Could not do it. Had to bring up a Noni McLarge, starting catcher here. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the second. Lots of action in this game.
That's inside.
2-0 starting off. Shaman puts that one in there. It's fouled off. A Noni almost hit a Noni there. That was interesting. That's going to be a blooper. Are they going to challenge home here? Here's Z Striker. Z's arm's a little tougher. They'll hold the runners, but the bases are loaded with 1 out here. And the Ballas, the RBI man himself, comes up to bat. The ever dangerous Ballas. And Ballas is going to put that out there. Is it going to land? No, Crit's going to make the catch. The throw comes in the third, and SKS couldn't handle it, and it's a 2-1 game. The Ballers take the lead. The computer doesn't really challenge home run or throwing it home, it seems like. But Ballas come through in the clutch. Shaman tense now. Very early in the game. 2-0 count now to why so slow. There's just not a... Oh, big swing and a miss there. There's just like it's an unrelentless wave of hitters. That ball is popped up. Molo going back for it. She'll catch that for out number 3. So a pause in the action here as we go to the 3rd inning. 2-1 game. The Ballers come back. Top of the order for the Drakes, though. Stacy Sevens leading off 0 for 1 today. Glasses versus glasses here. That's a ball. Is it going to get through? SKS handles it. Nobody's on the base. And 7 will step on the bag, preventing 7 from getting a hit.
The first baseman, number 26.
Lethal D Feline
Inside.
takes ball 1. That ball, oh, popped up. It may stay in play. Oh, it's going to get out. Nice little dive there, by least expected.
Off the plate.
2-1 the count now.
That's inside.
3-1 now. Composure kicks in. Can 7.
Ball 4.
Oh, and will still walk. So some speed gets on the bases.
Now batting.
And that'll bring up Mother Love.
Number 39.
Molo 0 for 1 today.
Ball
Takes
inside.
one inside. Good eye there. It is interesting watching the Drakes bat from this angle. Popped up Molo. Lethal will retreat. Noni makes the catch, and that's out number 2, I believe. And that'll bring up Crit, who's 1 for 1 today. The Drakes don't want to strain runners. Good eye there. Crit pulled the bat back. Good check swing.
That's inside.
2-0. 7 falling behind in the count a lot today. Out off there. 2-1. That ball hit well, but it's right at why so slow, and that is going to be out number 3. It will strand the runner. And here comes the cavalry. Zeros, McBirthday, SKS Plays, and Lethal D due up for the Larry Ballers.
The center fielder, number 13.
That ball is hit, and Zeros is going to register a hit here in the 3rd inning.
Now
Got to bring up the big red machine.
number 22.
Likes the inside pitch.
That's down.
Shaman already give up 2 runs today. He also falling behind in the count here, 2-0. That ball is hit wide. That ball is heading toward the fence. The outfielders are not even going to play it. A 2-run shot by the big red machine. And it is 4-1 now in the game, 443 feet. The big red machine launches that one.
Now batting, the first baseman, number
That'll bring up
6.
Lethal D Feline. Shaman once again tense. Maybe we should have started Pete. No slide at Shaman, but Shaman is just, he's had a shaky season. 2-2 count, no outs here.
That's outside.
Nobody on, the count moves the full.
Ball 4.
And that is a walk. The Lethal will get on. Shaman,
Now batting.
yeah, Pete left.
Stop. Number 54.
That ball is ripped. Reaver going toward the right field fence. Has it got enough on it? And it is gone. Another 2-run blast. The Larry Ballers starting to pull away. (6-1) now. What is going on, Zerfall? So Shaman is now rattled. The management leaving him in there. Who will they go to? Oh, and there's this nice strikeout while rattled. Had to bring up Travis the Unknown. Shaman back to 10. Ooh, goes way inside there just to get him off the plate. I feel like they throw off-speed pitches way too much. 2-2 the count now. Shaman trying to get out of this inning. Only got 1 out. Hopped up, gonna go out of play. That ball's hit well. Molo couldn't get to it. Least expected will have to field it. The throw comes in. So 1 on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. The Ballers really putting it to the Drakes right now. Here's a Noni, and they're going to the bullpen. Mark Markso going to come into the game and try to stop the bleeding here in the bottom of the 3rd. And that is a hit right up the middle. First pitch hit. It's not looking good. The Baller steps up. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. Markso needs to stop the storm here. A double play would be merciful. 2-0 starts to count. Ball hit high, heading toward the wall. Not enough on it, I don't think. Least expected will field it. Good arm there. That will hold the runners. Go back to the top of the lineup for the Larry Ballers. Why so slow? Take strike 1. Wild pitch. The runners unable to advance. Good coverage there by Zenas. 2-1 count here, bottom of the 3rd. Game open already, 6-1. That is another hit up the middle. It may score a run. Z throwing home. Cut off by Lethal. 7-1 now. Well, we all knew the Larry Ballers were like the unstoppable team, and we wondered if the Drakes could keep up with them. I think we're seeing that answer now. Big bounce there. Sevens plays it, and that will mercifully get them out of the 3rd inning. So the Ballers getting warmed up. 2 runs in the 2nd, 5 in the 3rd. We go to the 4th. SKS Plays. The meatball leads off.
The 3rd baseman, number 22.
That's true, Reaver. They never ever won. And the Drakes won. And there's a base hit for SKS up the middle. So the meatball gets on.
Now batting,
The Drakes are more average, and I don't think the game has to rubber band as hard as they did against the Ballers. The playoffs also got super hard. There's another base hit. So the Drakes are not laying down. Those lucky 7s starting to give up some hits here. Here's Jason McMongoose. Can the goose go loose?
That's up. That's inside.
2-0's the count. Oh, big swing and a miss there. McMongoose was swinging for the fences. That ball is hit into the gap. That actually may bring in some runs. McMongoose is going to get the 2nd. 1 run comes in. Here comes the 2nd run, and it's going to be a 7-3 game. The Drakes attack back.
Now batting, the left fielder.
That'll bring up
23.
least expected. Runner on 2nd here. No outs.
Strike. Off the plate.
Let's go, ball team. We just want excitement.
Strike.
1-2. Oh, and is that going to be a bloop? It is going to drop. And here comes another run home. Travis is going to throw. The throw is not in time. And it's 7-4 all of a sudden. And there are no outs. The Atlantic Drakes going on one of their patented rolls here. The Ballers started off strong. The Drakes chiseling back. Another hit up the middle. 2 on, no outs. Lucky 7 getting beat up here early.
Now batting.
And that'll bring up Stacy 7.
Number 7.
And that ball is hit hard. It's headed for the fence. It's going to be off the fence. One run is going to come in. 7 stops. Runners at the corner now, and it's a 2-run game.
Now batting, the first baseman, number
That'll bring up the
27.
Goddess of Swing. Lucky 7 is rattled. One swing from the Goddess of Swing could put the Drakes in the lead.
That's inside.
Oh, good swing. 2-1 the count now. Top of the 4th here.
Ball low.
3-1. Could walk the bases loaded. And she will. The high fastball. The ump didn't see it the way the player did. And that'll bring up Mother Love.
Now pitching, number 77.
Cayman coming in already? Bases loaded. The Larry Ballers go to Cayman. They're what? What? I don't. Oh my God. 1-2, no outs, bases loaded. Molo. Oh man, 2-2. But I think he is a closer, but he's a reliever now, so. That ball's hit well, couldn't catch it. That's gonna bring home at least 1 run. 2 runs maybe, they're gonna push it, and it's a tie game all of a sudden, 7-7.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 12.
Oh man, Cretia's 0. Runners go, throw is weighing time. Good arm there by Anoni. So 7-7, 1 out here. And that's going to be a hit, possibly scoring a go-ahead run. They're going to send the runner home. Travis throws, and it is not a time. Molo is in there, and it's 8-7.
Now batting, the third.
My Lord, what a game. SKS steps up. The meatball, 1 out, 1 on.
Strike.
What's the chances of a pop-up?
Nope, high.
That ball is a floater. It's going to land in the outfield, and that's going to put 2 on with 1 out here. This game, so much.
Now batting, the center fielder.
It's a CPU batting so low.
24.
Thez Striker steps up.
That's inside. Strike.
1-2 now. Thez, he's a whiffer. Oh my God, Z, did he come through again? Oh, it's off the wall. It held the runners up. They had to wait and see, and that is going to load the bases with 1 out again.
Now batting.
Oh my Lord, Jason McMongoose, 1 for 2 today. 1 out, bases loaded.
Ball inside.
Cayman is tense.
Strike.
Well, the computer wanted to double check. That girl in the front row looked like she was like kissing that one's ear. That was kind of hot. Anyway, back to the game. Full count here. Here's the payoff pitch. Oh, it's fouled off. Another payoff pitch. Fouled off again. They could walk in a run here. Cayman trying to compose himself. Ball hit lethal. Goes to second. Back to first. And that is the 3-6-1 double play. 7 runs by the Drakes in the 4th.
Now batting, the second baseman.
That'll bring up SKS.
22.
Ball hit up the middle, inside pitch. And that'll put a runner on for the Ballers. So the Ballers are like, that's okay, we can score runs too.
Now batting,
Goddess of Swing, Lethal D.
number
She'll step in.
86. Ball low.
There's a chance we could see starters come in as fast as they're running through pitchers. 2-1 from Markso here. Ball hit. That's going to put 2 on with no outs. Lots of offense today.
Now batting.
Lethal D registering a hit, not being walked. Here is Reaver Axis. Already went deep once, and that's going to trickle through. Oh, they're going to send the running home. Here it is, crit, not the arm, and SKS will score, and it's 8-8.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Mark Markso facing difficulties here, least expected. 2 on, no out.
Inside.
The big red machine could run. The meatball, not so much.
Strike.
Well, 2-1's the count here. 2 on, speed on second. A hit will probably score the go-ahead run. Markso pulls the count. Payoff pitch. Lethal. There's 1. There's 2. A double play. Nicely done. The 3-6-3 double play, I believe. They had to move the runner to third, though. Travis the Unknown steps up, trying to bring the go-ahead run. Markso trying to pitch out of a jam here. I'm like the lasagna, Chef Boyardee. Not even that good. You got to add a lot of pepper. That ball, Molo's throw in time. And that will hold the score 8 apiece, 12 hits each. Least expected Xena, Stacy Sevens. We're only in the 5th inning.
The left fielder, number 23.
Heyman's still out there. I can't believe they went to him earlier. Ground ball, SKS, the big red machine. Nice little hop throw. Routinely done. Nice job, young man. I see a lot of myself in him. 1 out here. Kamen steps up. Fouls it off. 1-1 the count now. Kamen loses that one way inside. 2-1. Oh, big swing and a miss there. 2-2. 1 out here. Top of the 5th. Pitch. And that's a strikeout for the Kamen. And to bring up top of the order, Stacy Sevens. Plays second base for the Drakes. She'll take ball 1 there up high. Ball hit well, but right to the right fielder, and Travis the Unknown will collect that. And that'll take us to the bottom of the 5th. Anonymous large, the ballless, why so slow? Due up here. Mark Markso still out there pitching.
Number 38.
Ooh, too big. Some heat coming in from Markso here. Oh, that one's 1-2 the count. Oh, he didn't get that call either. This ump. Oh, and there's another strikeout. Markso bringing the heat. That'll bring up the ballless. Sacrifice hit earlier in the game. That doesn't matter now. It's all squared. 8 apiece. Hard hit. Molo was there. Molo to first. 2 outs. Had to bring up why so slow. 1 for 3 today. Had a single RBI. Markso starting to calm down, getting his element. Giving up 5 hits, but only 1 earned run. Got the strikeout. Trying to hold the ship, get deeper into the bullpen. That ball is hit, though. That ball is launched. It's heading why so slow? Why so far? And it is now 9-8. The Ballers leading. My Lord, what a rocket. 412 feet. And why so slow gives the Ballers that 1 run of insurance. And that's going to bring in Mad Martin. Management of the Drakes done with this. Zeros McBirthday, who has power against the lefty, but the Drakes go to the lefty. I don't understand this, but we'll see if it pays off. It's a big gamble. 2 outs here, the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 the count, now 2-1. Ball hit hard. Zeros McBirthday is going to register another hit. I'm still conflicted who to cheer for. Go Ballers. I spent a lot of time working on the Ballers. I love the Ballers logo. I'm pretty sure that was our Grand Theft Auto clan too. It was. Okay, that's what I thought. Big red machine here. Takes ball 3. 3-1's the count. Mad Martin. Oh, walks him. Lethal D steps up. 2 on, 2 out. That ball's hit hard, but Lethal dives and steps on the bag before Lethal can get there, and that will end the inning. We go to the 6th. Lethal D Feline will lead off. Mother Love and Kratia 0.
The first baseman, number 26.
Kamen still on the mound here. Popped up. See, I'm not the only one who does that. Noni will catch that one away.
Now batting, the shortstop, number
Mother Love. Oh, they're bringing in Chara Wembley. Wembley coming in. All the junk in the trunk. Let's see what she can do here. And she'll get Molo to pop up. So Wembley comes in. Oh, hey, Wembley. Gratia 0 steps up 2 for 3 today. Wembley scratching on it there.
Low. Strike.
1-1 the count here in the top of the 6th. This exhibition game, the Ballers, the Larry Ballers versus the Atlantic Drakes. 2-2, and that pitch is fouled off. That ball's hit well, and that's going to get down. Why So Slow will field it, but a base hit, and that's 3 for 4 for Crit today. That'll bring up SKS Plays. He's locked in, 3 for 3.
Strike.
Wembley throws strike 1.
That's inside.
Inside, big red machine. Or no, this is the meatball. Excuse me, I'm backwards. The meatball hits that one hard. Oh man, if I could have homered for both teams, that would have been amazing. After I've become Benedict Arnold tonight. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Things starting to settle down a little. Reaver Axis, least expected. Travis the Unknown. The Ballers, though, you know they're charging up for more runs. We'll see what happens. We did have some player movement tonight on the real team, Wembley, but you're safe.
Ball inside.
You are still on the Atlantic Drakes.
No.
3-1 now. Don't want to put the speedster on. That ball's hit. Stacy Sevens at it. Throw to first. In time. 1 out.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 23.
Least expected.
Strike.
Shaking the bat. Ready to go.
Ball inside. Strike.
Oh, 1-2. Good pitch by Mad Martin there. That pitch is hit down the line, but it's going to go foul. Ump got scared. 1-2. Oh, I thought he caught that one. Oh, and a big swing and a miss. Mad Martin sets him down.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 3.
Travis the Unknown steps up.
Foul ball.
0-2 the count. Mad Martin. Oh, and he gets another K. Yeah, Reno went to the hot corners. Or Reaver went to the hot corners. Not Reno went to the hot corners.
Number 24.
We go to the top of the 7th. Wembley out there in relief. Ball hit up the middle. Z's going to register a hit. Drake's going to try to tie up here. Game heading to the waning moments.
Designated hitter.
It's been a good one so far. Action-packed action all around. I've just noticed the fans. No, they're still there. The 4 chicks are still back there. Runner going. Least expected to dive. Play it first in time. 1 out. Nice dive there.
Now batting, the left
And that'll bring up least expected.
23.
Mean mugging. The pitch comes in. Ball hit. Lethal makes the catch. That's going to hold the meatball
Now batting,
at second.
number
Zenus.
batting,
Oh.
number 42.
Anoni Drake coming in the pinch hit. This is a move that I make all the time. Will it pay off? Runner on second. A base hit ties the game.
Ball low.
1-1. Wembley trying to hold it down. Oh, big swing and a miss there. 1-2. Oh, and Wembley gets Anoni on swings. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Anoni McLarge, DeBallis, and Why So Slow. Ballers still leading by 1.
Catcher, number 38.
So Anoni playing catcher for both teams. Very interesting. Mad Martin slinging it right now. Good Lord. And that's another strikeout. Mad Martin. Good Lord. That'll bring up DeBallis, though. He's 0 for 2. Does have that RBI today.
Number 8. Ball inside. Strike.
Both of these teams do play different. But this is interesting. I didn't think that I would be this into this, but this is cool. This is really cool. Oh, big hit, SK. The meatball doesn't even try to go for it. It was out of his range of about 4 inches, and he just said, meh. That's what the outfield's for.
47.
That'll put 1 on, 1 out. Runner goes. Oh my God, that ball is launched. That is in the second deck. Why so slow? Is that why so slow again? 416 feet, my God. And this game is back to 11-8. Why so slow? My Lord. That one was gone in a hurry, and it was far. 11-8 with one out now in the bottom of the seventh. Oh, Mad Martin going after Zeros McBirthday. Zeros was called up to the big leagues. That's going to be a walk for Mr. McBirthday. Now to bring up the big red machine, and Rise of Paper going to come in now. 11-8 game. Oh, and that's going to be a little blooper. Good hit there. That's going to move the runner to third. Well, SKS, nice little bloop hit, the big red machine. That'll bring up Lethal D Feline, the Goddess of Swing, the original Goddess of Swing. As a Paper having trouble finding the strike zone here. 2-0's the count. 3-0 the count. Lethal on the Larry Ballers drew a lot of walks. And there's another one. Reaver Axis already has a home run today. Comes up, one out, bases loaded. Big swing, fouls it off. The Larry Ballers Lethal is a little bit faster. Oh, wild pitch. Run may come home. Here comes the throw, not in time. Zeros McBirthday gets in there easy. 12-8 now. They go home. Uh-oh, they got SKS. No, not me. SKS is running down SKS. He can't. Rise of Paper now going after him. Throw back to third. And finally, SKS attaches the attaches the tag to himself. Oh, my God. So 2 outs now. There was a lot of rumbling there. So 12-8, 2 outs, bottom of the seventh. Still 2 on here. Rise of Paper, least expected, is tense. That ball hit. Travis, no, Crit over there playing right field. Maybe we need to experiment with that. The computer keeps putting Crit and right. Stacy Sevens, Lethal D Feline, Mother Love, top of the order. The Drakes have got to get something going here.
Number 7.
Wembley adjusting her junk there. Throws that one in there, ball 1. I like the look of this Wembley. Though, I like the, oh, nice dive by Lethal. And that's going to put Sevens out. But I do, it's the face paint maybe of this, the newer Wembley. Lethal D Feline 0 for 2 today, has 2 walks. That ball hit well. It's probably going to be off the wall, and it is. Why so slow? Struggles with it. Lethal going to skedaddle into second, and that's a double with 1 out.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 30.
Another Love. Chance to bring home a run here, 1 out. What you want to say? My butt is much. I didn't say that. Though I will say this Wembley is thicker than a oatmeal. But you know, it's just, oh, big swing and a miss by Molo. Can Molo put the team on her back? 2-2. Oh, Molo got froze. Wembley sets her down. And that'll bring up Crit. Crit is 3 for 4 today. Wembley, where did this come from?
That's inside.
2-0's the count. Runner on second. There's a strike in there. Ball hit, ground ball. Reaver with ease. And that'll retire the side. The Ballers controlling the game right now. The Drakes have hit an empty point. 4 scoreless innings. Travis the Unknown comes up.
Fielder, number 3.
I didn't mean it was just her butt, everybody. Y'all are taking it too far now. I just like the look of the player as top to bottom. And there's another base hit in the left.
Now batting, the catcher.
Had to bring up a Noni McLarge. I'm just going to look the other way, Lethal. And that ball is hit really hard as well. And the Ballers raining down runs. A 2-run shot there. 388 feet. And a Noni showing how to put it out there.
The designated hitter, number 8.
The ball is coming up here. That ball is wild. Rise of paper tense, giving up 2 earned runs. There's a ground ball. There's one out here. It's 14-8. The Drakes put up a valiant fight, but can they do anything here at the end of the game? It's kind of like us in real life, where if we score early and we hold the other team down, we win. But if we let them score in the middle of the game, we never can produce at the end. This is very realistic. Zeros McBirthday, he's 2 for 4 today. Speed on first. Rise of paper, giving up 2 runs here in an inning pitched. Struggling to find the strike zone. Runner goes. Anoni throws. It's not in time. Why so slow was there?
Take your base.
Oh, well, you know, a thing, they did say that Larry Bird was probably the only white guy that could walk into any black inner city and be instantly accepted and hold his own. So maybe that's why they have the Grove Street colors. Kamen actually coming into the game, the closer for the Drakes. Try to hold him down here for the last couple of innings. He goes 3-0 here to SKS. The Big Red Machine will take a walk. So the Goddess of Swing steps up. Bases loaded. Kamen, 1 out here. 1-1's the count. 14-8 game. Ball hit. Runner gonna tag up. Least expected throw. Good arm. Holds the runners. That'll bring up Reaver Axis. He's 3 for 5. Already has a home run. Can he add a grand slam to his allotment off Kamen Moody? Or Kamen Asa. I've got my Kamens mixed up. Excuse me. 1-1. Ball hit! Oh my God, Reaver! Reaver goes deep, a grand salami, and that is probably gonna seal the deal. Oh my God, 454 feet, and that just blows the game wide open. Celebrations all around, my God. 18-8, the Larry Ballers, the Elders. I mean, you can't even be mad about it. The Drakes put up a hell of a fight, and we've still got an inning to go. But my Lord, it has just been a hit fest. That ball hit high. It looks like it's going to go foul. May come down. Oh, Crit doesn't get the catch on it. That ball hit well at the end. Kamen really getting hit on. Oh, Z couldn't come up with it. Z misplays it out there in center, and that's going to be a 2-out double. Travis the Unknown, he's 2 for 5. I'm amazed at the at-bats they've got in this game. I like how I said I was going to take notes before this game. There's no way. There's too much going on. Nice glove by Mother Love. Throw to first in time. So we go. The last chance for the Drakes. 8 runs on 15 hits. The Ballers have 18 on 20-something. SKS, he's 3 for 4 today. The Meatball. Oh, Wembley. 3-0 to SKS. She's scared of him. Maybe not. Oh, full count now. Wembley's battled back. Oh my God, Wembley. Where is this Wembley? We need her as a starter. Holy crap, the balls. That'll bring up Z Striker. No bench players. No bench players have come in except Anoni for the ball or for the Drakes. There's out number 2, and that brings the Atlantic Drakes down to their last at bat. Jason McMongoose. Ooh, 0-2. Wembley gets him to pop up, and that's going to be your game. The Larry Ballers take the dub here. The OGs of excellence. My Lord, what a game. That was amazing. The Drakes' valiant effort. That 7 runs in the 4th, and then they just couldn't get anything else going. Wembley coming in to seal the deal. That was the difference. Wembley as a reliever is dangerous. The Drakes 8 runs on 15 hits. The Ballers 18 runs on 21 hits. We had 36 hits in this game. No errors. Looking at the Drake, Stacy Sevens went 1 for 5 and had an RBI. Lethal Feline 1 for 3, 2 walks. So they kind of took Lethal out of the game with that. Mother Love 1 for 5, 2 RBIs. Crit 3 for 5, an RBI. SKS Plays, the meatball 3 for 5. A lot of runs scored, obviously, but you know, not a lot of RBIs from production wise. 3 for 4 for Thez Striker. RBI for him. Jason McMongoose 1 for 5 but had 2 RBIs. Least expected 1 for 3, had an RBI, drew a walk. Zenas 1 for 3. And then Drake come in to pinch hit 0 for 1. 5 combined walks. No, because there's 3 walks here and then there's 8 here. On the Larry Ballers, why so slow? 3 for 5, 2 home runs. Look at the home runs. No home runs. 6 home runs. Reaver hit 2, 1 being a grand slam. Why so slow hit 2. Yeah, Reaver is definitely going to be the player of the game. Why so slow? 3 for 5, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Zeros 2 for 4. Look at the runs. SKS, the Big Red Machine 3 for 4, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Lethal 1 for 3, RBIs. So Lethal got shut down kind of on both sides. Drew 3 walks, 5 walks total. Oh, that's what you meant. 5 walks for you, my lord. Reaver, the real OG, 4 for 6. 2 home runs, 7 freaking RBIs. Least expected 2 for 6, 1 RBI. 2 for 6 for Travis. Anoni 3 for 5 over here, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. And the Ballas 1 for 4 and 1 RBI. So you played yourself, exactly. Right, the team that scores the most runs wins. Looking at pitchers, Markso took the loss. Even though Shaman gave up 7 earned runs, we did come back and tie it. But Markso in that 2 1/3 give up 2 earned runs. And then the Ballers never looked back. Everybody saw action, all of our relievers coming out there. Give up 17 earned runs, 21 hits. You're just not going to win. 8 walks, only 5 strikeouts and 6 home runs. Yeah, that's rough. Over here, Cayman gets the win. Come in for 2 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout. 7 with the start, 3 innings, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 walks. Wembley gets the save, 3 2/3, 3 hits, no earned runs. Shut down the Drakes. Great. Reaver is your player of the game, followed by Why So Slow, and then the Big Red Machine, SKS. Reaver, you could probably be a star though on the hot corner, so we'll see. You also got to be here to support your son. That was interesting. I really enjoyed that. We might have to do a bounce back game sometime where we have we go opposite here, where we have the Ballers get to be the away team. So you get to look at the other uniforms. Colonists, you will be on the, where did I have you? I know I just looked at it. The Bowman. Yeah, the only people I gotta fix is 6 people who signed up last because of the changes we did, but I'll have that all taken care of. It'll all be fixed. We'll all be ready for season 2. Or season 3, excuse me. So. All right, everybody. That actually was a perfectly timed stream. I'm impressed with myself on that. It is 11 p.m. A lot of us have got to work in the morning. So hopefully you all have a great, what are we going into? Thursday tomorrow. I'm off streaming the next 2 nights. Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, I will stream, hopefully, maybe. There's a family thing that's going on, so I'll let you all know early in the day if I'm not